My name is Zach Corse, and the piece I made for the MFA show is entitled Encodings in Space and Time. I ended up using ice and light. Basically, I made ice lanterns that they're ice balls with LEDs embedded in them. And as the ice balls melt, of course, the ice turns to water and drips. The drips were received in glass vessels that were cylindrical, and those were held by ABS piping. The digital aspect of the piece included using Max MSP and DMX lighting systems, because when the water droplets fall into the glass vessels, the vibrations they induce are picked up and then processed with software, and that triggers light to pulse through the glass and through the water as it's collecting. The main question that I started with was, what is the difference between art and science, really? As we interpret them today, they're two very distinct epistemologies. But having worked as a physicist and now as an artist, I was just very curious to know what the real difference between the two are. The thing that I found was they come from the same place when one is inspired by something, but that inspiration is then carried in different directions. And so they are, as modern practices, they are different and not to be conflated necessarily. But there is a common origin between the two fields. Another interest of mine, it was born here really, is architecture. And so I'm going to Harvard to study architecture next. And, I'll probably be an architect after that, but a big component of architecture now is funding for the arts, and something I know, at least in California, 1% of funding for new buildings goes to art that has to be in that building. And so I really hope to position myself to do sort of large-scale works in the field of architecture and apply some ideas from digital media in installations in the future.